CERN, portals, realms, and dark principalities. Why the heathen rage. Ezekiel 28:3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. Before I proceed, I would like to give all the honor, glory, and praises to the Most High and His only begotten Son, YAHAWAH, SHAM, YAHAWASHI, SHAM, RAWACHAA, QADASH. Double honors to my elders at Great Millstone. Singing honors to the elect. Peace and blessings to the 1/3 and confusion and faces in the four corners of the earth. Shalom. I've been wanting to do a video on CERN for some time. As you can understand, a lot of people like sci-fi, and we live in a society where there's a lot of artificial intelligence, computer graphic designs, holograms, and all of that. But colliding atoms together, you know, that's like even fusion and fission and hydrogen bombs and solar panels. All this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding really stems from the Most High. And He has given man this wisdom. But see, when you're dealing with these heathens, right, their mind tends to drift off and go somewhere else because of their pride. You know, there's some things in the world that shouldn't be dealt with or try to be discovered. But we'll get into that a little later on in this lesson. I really don't want to make this long. But before I do, to continue to bring out precepts, I'm going to get right into this video. I'm not going to play this whole video. I'm going to play about 1 minute and 40 something seconds, but I'm going to break down 2 parts according to the Bible. Alright, so without further ado, here we go.
On June 16th, 2016, CERN, C-E-R-N, the European Organization for Nuclear Research in Geneva, started a project to accelerate charged particles. 10 days later, photographer Christophe Suarez posted a series of photographs of the skies above CERN. Those jaw-dropping photos showed the formation of strange clouds and were proof that the biggest experiment in the world is about to tear a portal into another universe open. Up until now, we've only seen such incidents in the movies. But now, after witnessing it in reality, people are not only concerned, but scared if the scientists have actually found a way to open a portal to another world.
So now they said, oh, so have scientists find a way to open a portal to another world? And you know what? This information is not far-fetched. I like to say, if you have an imagination, you have to produce in your mind an image. And you can't just produce an image out of nothing. So evidently, theoretically, and I like using words, theories, and hypotheses, but theoretically, because I speak as a man, I'm not God, of course, that whatever you imagine, it has to exist somewhere, right? So, I want to go into the Bible. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 5, verse 36 through 37. This is in the Apocrypha, which is a part of the 1611 King James Version Bible, which has been appointed to be read in all churches by His Majesty, which would be King James, the 6th King of Scotland, the 1st King of England. Verse 36. Now, this goes into when Esdras, who's also Ezra in the Old Testament, was speaking with the angel. And listen to what the angel asked him. Listen and pay attention. 2nd Esdras 5, 36 to 37. And he said unto me, number me the things that are not yet come. Gather me together the dross that are scattered abroad. Make me the flowers green again that are withered. Are you catching my drift? So in other words, I would like for you as a man, since you have so many questions, because he was questioning about why the Lord was judging Israel the way He was. He said, okay, answer me these things and I will tell you. So let me start over again. And he said unto me, number me the things that are not yet come. Be clairvoyant? Okay. Gather me together the dross that are scattered abroad. Make me the flowers green again that are withered. Open me the places that are closed. Wait a minute. Open me the places that are closed. What do you think that is? Huh? I give an example. Habakkuk. Habakkuk is a prime example. Matter of fact, before I go any further, let me find that. I'm going to read an excerpt out of the Apocrypha again. This is Bel and the Dragon concerning Daniel, okay, and the prophet Habakkuk. All right, just bear with me. This is going to go back to that open and close precept I just read. Bel and the Dragon, the 33rd verse. Now there was in Jewry a prophet called Habakkuk, who had made pottage and had broken bread in a bowl and was going into the field for to bring it to the reapers. But the angel of the Lord said unto Habakkuk, Go, carry the dinner that thou hast into Babylon unto Daniel, who is in the lion's den. And Habakkuk said, Lord, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is. Listen. Then the angel of the Lord took him by the crown and bare him by the hair of his head, and through the vehemency of his spirit set him in Babylon over the den. And Habakkuk cried, saying, O Daniel, Daniel, take the dinner which God has sent thee. And Daniel said, Thou hast remembered me, O God, neither hast thou forsaken them that seek thee and love thee. Now that's a very heavy passage, because for one, remember, Habakkuk said, I don't know what Babylon is. And through the vehemency of the spirit, in other words, the angel, I speak as a man when I say this, took him through a portal. Or in other words, you can say dematerialize, rematerialize, however you want to put it. But he took his physical mass, and through the vehemency of the spirit, I speak as a man once again, opened the portal and dropped him right there. And can you imagine him being over the den with Daniel in the den with all those lions, right? So that right there is an example of that portal. Now let's get back to Second Esdras, chapter 5, verse 37. Open me the places that are closed, and bring me forth the winds, that in them are shut up. Shew me the, listen here, shew me the image of a voice. Let that sink in. Shew me the image of a voice, and then I will declare to thee the thing that thou laborest to know. Exactly. And believe it or not, there are entities, spiritual entities all around us. Okay? And the reason why I'm saying this right now, because remember, we're spiritual beings. We're just in exchange of darkness known as a body. The body, when you go into the etymology of the word body, you go back to the word abode, which means house. Our body houses our spirit, but when you die, your spirit goes back to the Heavenly Father. So yeah, there are spirits on the right hand side that's amongst us, and spirits on the left hand side that's amongst us. All right, a movie I like to watch that I recommend you should watch is Constantine. That kind of gives you that concept of there being evil spirits and righteous spirits always around us. Or even people who have certain angels who are walking around them. Remember, the scripture says, be not forgetful to entertain angels. There are some people walking this earth in fleshly garb, like, how should I say, in the body, like we are, that are actually angels or messengers. And sometimes the Lord can send them your way to see how you react towards that person, right? So this is Ephesians 6 and 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. See, what they dealing with is something you can't even see with the naked eye. So they're dealing with a substance or matter or something that's far beyond their recognition or even their inquisitive minds can bear. But I digress. So now I'm gonna play about a minute more of this video, and then I'm gonna bring out some more precepts, and then I'm gonna close out. I didn't think it was gonna be this long, but there's certain points I had to make.
What's gonna happen next? Are we gonna be destroyed or meet ourselves in another dimension? But what really is of everyone's concern is the comeback of CERN. Nobody.
Oh, I apologize. When it says shall we see ourselves in another dimension, this is what I like to say. we have a connection with the entire universe, because how is it that our bodies have a connection with a star in our solar system, which is known as the sun, that's forgive me for, I think it's million of light years away, but we have a connection with that star. Oh yeah, we are other dimensional. We're just confined to this physical plane known as Earth, which is a beautiful place, but man, has Esau not turned it to hell?
Nobody knows what secrets it holds, and today we're going to try to unravel the hidden truth about the gateway to the parallel universe. The European Organization for Nuclear Research, known by its French acronym CERN, is something that you'll hear about when there's some news about a newly discovered subatomic particle. It is the world's largest particle physics lab, and it has the biggest accelerator in the world, the LHC, or the Large Hadron Collider. The credit for being the biggest goes to its circular tunnel of nearly 17 miles, or 27 kilometers in circumference. The LHC, like all physics experiments, tries to test theoretical predictions and find whether they're flawed. It enables atoms to be smashed together with even greater power at nearly the speed of light, allowing it to recreate conditions comparable to those experienced during the universe's beginning.
So they want to create the quote-unquote the Big Bang Theory. It just baffles me, you know. How it's like we can sit here and say, oh, the earth is billions and millions of years old, based upon what evidence? Right? Because you can tell how old a tree is by the rings, right? Where there's also a tree called the Methuselah tree. And they said that tree dates back to like 3,000 something BC. Right? And the earth cannot be billions of... If the earth... I speak as a man. If the earth is billions of years old, how the hell did we just all of a sudden, just out of all these years of evolution and whatnot, the most advanced we really got is what? Like Tesla? Satellites? I mean, we haven't been going to another dimensions a long time ago, so to say. We haven't been going to other planets a long time ago, so to say. But look at how much knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that man has obtained in such a short period of time from the industrial period. But look at how much chaos it has caused to the earth that we live on itself, let alone the tons of debris that's orbiting the earth. There's a reason why you have certain laws in the Bible that you're supposed to abide by, to function and to operate the earth, so the earth can function and operate at an optimal level. That's why you have certain things called the land Sabbath and whatnot. But I digress. Now, as for trying to reenact the Big Bang Theory, which is exactly what it is, I'm going to go to the Bible, read some precepts, and I'm going to close out. Job, the book of Job is saturated with a lot. The whole Bible is wisdom, of course, but it's just such saturated with wisdom. You're going to need more than a bucket to pull out this water out of this well. You might have to go deep sea diving. Job 38, verses 4 through 11 and 16 through 19. Where was thou when I laid the foundations of the earth? Self-explanatory. Declare if thou hast understanding, not a theory. Who hath laid the measures thereof, if thou knowest? Or who hath stretched the line upon it? Whereupon are the foundations thereof fastened? Or who laid the cornerstone thereof? When the morning stars sang together and all the sons of God shouted for joy. These are questions, people. These are questions. Or who shut up the sea with doors when it break forth, as if it had issued out of the womb? In other words, the flood, right? The Lord said in Jeremiah the 5th chapter, he has a perpetual decree with the sands of the sea that it will not flood the earth. Also, they took a beautiful ensign from the Lord and turned it into something that's abominable. The rainbow. You will see a rainbow after a very heavy shower majority of the time, right? And the rainbow is an ensign, like it says in the book of Genesis, of the Lord saying he will not flood the earth again. That's what the rainbow stands for. Not Skittles or the alphabet group. But let me continue back on. Verse 9. When I made the cloud the garment thereof, and thick darkness a swaddling band for it. This is just poetry. And break up for it my decreed place, and set bars and doors. It remind me of what Solomon said. He dwell in the thick darkness. I think that's 1 Kings 8 and 12, if I'm not mistaken. Man, this is beautiful. Verse 11. And said, hitherto shalt thou come, but no further, and here shall thy proud waves be stayed. Think about that. I speak as a man. Hitherto shalt thou come, but no further. That reminds me of the International Space Station. Remember what it said in Isaiah the 14th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. It said that he shall lay his nest amongst the stars. Man, call loyal like YAHAWASHI, QADASH. Verse 16. Hast thou entered into the springs of the sea, or hast thou walked in the search of the depth? These are questions that man cannot answer. Where were we when the Lord laid the foundation of the earth? We know what the elect was, because we've been predestined, right? And you can't even go into the depths of the sea, because the pressure of the sea will crush you. You can't go but so deep, right? Oh, and Leviathan, who's also known as Leviathan, is down there waiting for you. As what? Is it Ammon, the Japanese, or Moab, the Chinese, as they say, Godzilla. Continuing. Verse 17. Have the gates of death been opened unto thee? Oh boy, man, the way the world is today. Or hast thou seen the doors of the shadow of death? Man, this is heavy. Hast thou perceived the breadth of the earth? Breadth means like to the measure. Declare if thou knowest it all. If now that right there was a statement with a period. That was declarative, imperative, I should say. Okay, boom, show it. Verse 19, I like this one. Where is the way where light dwelleth? And as for darkness, where is the place thereof? Heavy, man, heavy. Man, it's 5 in the morning, man. They already wilding. Nonetheless, though, Psalms 2 and 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Right? This is why the Lord said, the day shall be short for the elect saved, or no flesh will be saved. Look at the madness that they're doing. Right? You seen the collider. It's like 17 miles in a circle. And guess what's housed around that? Look like it's just civilians. Like regular villages, regular homes, you know. You see what happened when every time they did an experiment. You see how the clouds was formating around it. There's no telling what they're doing to the atmosphere. All kind of atmospheric pressure and ions and whatever is happening in the sky. Nonetheless, though, closing out with these precepts. Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, the 3rd chapter, the 20th verse through the 23rd verse. For the power of the Lord is great, and he is honored of the lowly. Oh yeah, I am a lowly man. What I say, I tell people, listen, I said, I may be I said I may be a poor man, but I have the knowledge of a king. Nonetheless, though, seek not out things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength. For what is commanded thee, think thereof. This is really for us, the elect, this part, but I still want to bring it out for him, Esau and the heathens. But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence. For it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret. And be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are shewed unto thee than man understand. So with that being said, I pray you was edified and fed. Stay in the spirit. Don't fear it. Just endure it. Ask for forgiveness. Pray without ceasing. Stay humble. Remain diligent. YAHAWASHI. More ball. Shalom.